DM. It won't be a meatgrinder. Turns out to be a meatgrinder. DM. Surprise! It's a meatgrinder. Player. Hey, what's up everybody, I'm Scoliosis and welcome to another DnDGreentext video. Thank you DgitItDong for that whole intro sequence. Awesome. With that being said, enjoy this video, and I wanna let you know there's also a cool, possibly fake fact about Vlad Cepes at the end, if you watch until then. And with that being said guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. IRL consequences for in-character evil actions. Played half-orc rogue. Till urchin, 16-ish, caught in the act and shackled to a paladin named Dona. If she dies, I die. Adventure together. Steal a hill. Frequently skim gold off of her share. Learned she was using her excess funds to hold the soup kitchen during off time in between adventures. I grew up food insecure. My face when. I won't say it's the first or last time I've cried over RPG stuff, as I'm an emotional little but that one hit different. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Anon learns the true beauty of role-playing. Not everybody is born to play a heal. It's an art form. Throws fragmentation grenade into a bunch of disabled children. Art form. I didn't ask how big the orphanage was. I said I cast fireball. That guy, DM, tricks the party into playing a meatgrinder. DM advertises game as a bunch of heroes starting off in a small village, going off to find their shared destiny via a dream. Talk with DM about expectations. Specifically, we talk about how combat should require some difficulty, but not be some meatgrinder. Cool, join 4 other guys who have played with DM before. Second session, escorting some caravan of grains. Ambushed by kobolds. They immediately destroy the caravan wagon in one surprise round with some makeshift catapult. Win the fight. Kobold leader runs off. Entire party saying they don't want to chase. DM, can we carry the bags? No, there's like 50 of them and all weigh 100 pounds. Can we lift one end of the broken wagon and move? No, too heavy. Can we go to the next village and get help? No, it's too far. DM makes NPC dwarf tell the party to just chase the kobolds. Party still hesitant. The more you guys wait here, the bigger the chances the kobolds will come back and kill you guys with reinforcements. Party finally goes. Go to cave. Cave is packed with literally like 30 kobolds. We're f***ing level 2. Party member is immediately killed. Party goes near TPK in like 2 rounds. Party forced to become kobold prisoners. Talk to the other party after session. They pretty much tell me the DM has a penchant for killing characters all the time, specifically if you annoy him. One of them tells me he practically knew someone was going to die when the DM was prodding the party to the cave. After session. Yeah guys, this is a meatgrinder campaign. Wanted you guys to be surprised by that. Spends the next few days gaslighting the party about how they're reckless, how they lack any caution, and that it was their fault for losing. Well, DM, to be fair, you're constantly prompting us to go to the cave and refused all alternative options. That was still your decision. You guys should have chosen to fail the quest. First time I ever felt so disrespected in a game. Left the game after getting the party out of the cave. Okay, I haven't heard this term before until now, I think, somehow. I'll just say it anyway, maybe some of you don't, so here's the definition. So, a meatgrinder is a session in which a large group of players goes through a super difficult dungeon or encounter, and then whenever a character dies, then new players join the table. I don't know, that's the definition. I guess it's basically DMs that make super difficult encounters and have a lot of players killed during them. And I mean, I'm sure it would be fun if the players were actually the type of players that wanted to play in something like this, right? But like lying to them just to force them or, you know, trick them into playing into one, that's not cool, dude. Player. I don't want to play in a meatgrinder. DM. It won't be a meatgrinder. Turns out to be a meatgrinder. DM. Surprise! It's a meatgrinder. Player. I don't know how the DM thought that would go well. Why don't my players appreciate my subversive twists? Trying so hard to subvert their expectations. Anon kills a kid. Be me, lawful evil warlock. Be rest of party, neutral good. Do my best to behave. Party is starting to trust me more. Last session. In a mine, full of undeads. Ghouls taking the appearance of the miners. We're pretty deep now. We hear a muffled cry in another room. Find a kid crying under a minecart. The mine employed some kids because cheap labor. The child is in bad shape. Starved, hurt, and dying from the undead plague. DM says he's beyond our healing abilities. Bard and Cleric still spend some resources to help him. Heh, that JPEG. Take the Bard aside. Explain how there's nothing to be done except make his suffering end. Bard is disgusted but sees the truth. Bard goes away as he doesn't want to see the dead. Cleric takes some time to convince. He wants to learn how to cure that plague. Finally reach him by telling him that his plan will hurt the kid. Lie to the Cleric, telling him we'll get the kid on the way out. Barbarian is a bro. Take the Cleric out. Monk gives a nod and looks away. It's time that Webem hug the kid. Sing a lullaby. Party is holding back tears. I humanly plunge my dagger into the kid's heart, killing him instantly. Silence. I get that sweet 9 temp HP as I rip the soul for my friend patron. Players went from tears to an uproar in less than a second. Reminds me of the time a player used his dwarf dark vision to spot a lone survivor child looking for food. Assumed he was a halfling assassin and crit 20 him with his axe. What the f? In his defense, he heard a noise. Oh, that's unlucky for the kid. And I also assumed that the bard or the dwarf felt bad if he wasn't, you know, meaning to do it. He probably wasn't. F in the comments for the no longer survivor child. Don't throw random stuff in Cauldrons 101. Bimmy, level 5 human bard. Party has finally made it to the big bad evil guy. Turns out to be a group of witches that have been kidnapping kids from a local village. Immediately start getting our asses handed to us. Whole party gets pinned down fighting, but I keep my distance using crossbow. I see a bubbling cauldron in the middle of the room that the witches keep throwing frogs into. Suddenly get an idea. I ask the DM, what's on this table next to me? The DM looks confused and tells me that I see some books and random assorted items. He then adds, slightly under his breath, that I see a golden cage with wisps in it at the far end of the table. Grab that JPEG. Had to roll a strength check to make sure I could carry it over to the cauldron. Natural 20. I yeet that wisp cage into the cauldron without hesitation. DM looks horrified. Says there's a deafening sound and the whole room goes white. Has the whole party roll a random d20. Party looks horrified. End up getting the party scattered across multiple planes of existence. 10 out of 10 with yet again
flawless victory.
Barbarian becomes the rogue of the party. Bimmy, be human barbarian. Trying to raid a troll's lair. Decide to go scout ahead in front of party. DM pulls me away to tell me the scene. Get invisibility from wizard. Sneak ahead and see the big troll in front of bonfire cooking victims. Beside him, his huge weapon. Scary AF that JPEG. DM asks what I'm gonna do. Show up later, still invisible to the party, and tell them about the scene. Bard proclaims troll's weapon looks scary. Tell her it does not. Confused face that JPEG. Pop out from invisibility and tell them I stole the weapon. The tall muscly barbarian is also now the party's rogue. Conan the Cimmerian would be proud. I had to Google, apparently Conan the Barbarian is also known as Conan the Cimmerian. I had no idea. Most barbarians' idea of stealth is usually to walk up to the smallest guard and scream in his face, "You cannot see me!" Well, with a high enough intimidation roll, all rib cruncher. Bimmy, half-elf paladin. Be not me. Bard and sorcerer. Also not me, our airship and crew. Need to raid a lair that's in a mountain cave. Entrance at the bottom, but it extends upwards. Kobolds have been moving in and out in large groups all day. What if I just ask them to let us in? Party hates this idea, but I do it anyway. Yes, hello Mr. Kobold. My crew has been designated to hand deliver a package to the man in charge here. No, I handle all the deliveries, just hand it over. It's his birthday present. We have a song and dance prepared too. Nobody told me his birthday was coming up. He's insecure about his age. My face when it works. Go back to ship, prepare his present in a large box, takes 6 of us to carry. Waltz in with 10 people and the goblin in the box with the present. DM describes hundreds of kobolds disarming the various traps and revealing the hidden doors for us. Get to the leader. Wait, I know you. Bang. Goblin fires the cannon that was inside the box, hitting the leader square in the chest. 8d10 damage. Hey DM, massive damage rules also apply to enemies, right? Leader dies outright. Do our song and dance as we waltz back through the cave holding his head. Wait, so the small kobolds don't attack you anymore after you kill the leader? Now here's a little lesson. Battle of the Bards, or How a King Lost Faith in His Most Trusted Advisor. Playing short one-shot to introduce little cousins to game. Brother DMing, I play Bard. Invited to castle, for some reason. Meet King's advisor. I'd like to be the royal bard. The bard position is filled. Wait, just hear me out. Pull out loot and play a song. Natural 20 on performance check. House rule is natural 20 is equal to 30 plus modifiers. In before house rule is broken. It's more balanced than auto successes. Anyway, dude is in tears. Most beautiful song he's ever heard. But you'll have to be the current bard in musical battle. Battle of the Bards is announced tomorrow night. All day, the advisor is talking me up to the king. Battle starts. I describe how I use prestidigitation and major image to put on a laser light show and make it look like I'm flying. Out of character. Do I get advantage? DM. Normally, yes, but this is a royal court. This is pretty much the norm here. Fair enough. Battle is 3 songs each, back and forth. I didn't roll above an 8. Competitor didn't roll below 16. Booed out of court. My face when the advisor's execution is announced the next day. God damn it, that's so unlucky. Can only imagine that advisor, he literally heard the most beautiful thing ever. And, oh man. Oh, I see why, okay. King probably thought you seduced his advisor. Party schemes collide at the Iron Games. Be me. Cleric of Karametra, folk hero, self-taught country bumpkin. 8 int, played as sometimes naive and uneducated. In town during Iron Games. Great whiz, animal handling proficiency from background. Decide to try my luck at horseback riding. Poor country bumpkin has no horse. Decide to find sponsor instead. Find inconsolable young woman whose excellent horse was defeated by a newcomer. She blames rider and agrees to let me have a go at it. Recognize newcomer. It's the party rogue, and she's found such a remarkably strong and intelligent looking steed. Didn't know she was a horsewoman though. Be not me. Devious rogue and, literally and metaphorically, shifty druid. Have brilliant get rich quick scheme. End on cliffhanger. Damn it, he didn't post a conclusion yet. Well, I'll see you guys next episode for the conclusion, I guess. Alright, let's do some comment reviews now. Never make prosthetics better than normal limbs. That will just incentivize cutting your limbs off. Well, I mean, not if you're role-playing properly, right? I don't think you would in real life cut your limbs off in any circumstance unless, like, you know, well, you wouldn't. You would only replace them if you lost them in a top accident, I don't know. So, I mean, I think this is pretty much valid only for metagamers. If you don't allow metagaming and enforce it, shouldn't have a problem with this, right? I mean, I don't know, would you agree to have your normal functioning limbs replaced in real life, or I don't know, even if the artificial ones are better? The Goosomancer is the personification of the peace was never an option meme. Thanks for painting that picture for me. I don't know how I haven't thought of that, yeah, that's brilliant. The water in the well segment is how things like the Dread Gazebo come into existence. Players who can't accept something is completely normal and insist on finding something abnormal about it. I hear Romanian and I instantly think, oh, you must know V. Yeah, because that's exactly how it works, you know? There's only 10 people in Romania, because the Soviets re-educated the rest. So logically I know V, like I must know her. I mean, she's my neighbor actually. She's my only neighbor actually. The other 8 people in the country live on the other side, so... It's kinda lonely here, I'll tell you that much. Okay, I was gonna end the comment review here, but this is actually an interesting fact, so I'll read this one as well. The medieval law part has a point. People still don't believe me when I tell them that Vlad Țepeș III's subjects revolted on him once, just because he wanted to give them full ownership of their farms. Okay, I've been researching this for like not a lot of time, okay, like 10 minutes, but I've been googling intensely, and I can't find anything about this if it's true or not. I mean, since I can't find the confirmation, I can only assume it's fake. I really want to believe it's true, but I can't find anything about it, so yeah. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon. Really appreciate it, guys, so thank you a lot for that. Links below if you want to support the channel, join the Discord, join the subreddit, check out my other social media. I sometimes stream on Twitch, not very much. Anyway, that's it, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!